We are now in Borrego Springs, heading into Anza Borrego Park, and we're going to check it out. Just got my ticket here at the pay machine for the parking. It's $10 for all day, which is until sunset. And you can go to any one of the different trailheads, but I'm just going to the visitor center here. So I'm going to go put that in my dash here, then walk over to the visitor center so I don't get tagged by the park rangers. And so I'll get some water too while I'm out here. I have some water in my trunk. So close by the visitor center here, there's a nature loop trail that you can go look at. It's just a quarter of a mile. I might walk that later. We can see the plants, but right now it's not in season. And then the campgrounds, but I'm not camping, so I won't do that either. I was able to get the stamp, which is the Juan Bautista de Anza stamp here, and they had 3 bonus stamps. They had a 50-year stamp, and then they had 2 wagon stamps, so that was kind of cool. And I'm gonna go check out the little museum that they have here, and maybe even watch a movie. Now the little museum here that talks about all the things that are here. Well, it looks like they have mammoth bones here. That tusk is pretty big. Different fossils. A tortoise shell. And what a wildcat back in the day would look like. Similodon would have been its name. And then here's some of the wildlife that's here today. You have ravens and bobcats and California king snakes and gray foxes and roadrunners and bighorn rams. There's an arrow straightener. Different Native Americans who've lived here in their pottery. Here's the Oasis. This area is famous for the Palm Oasis station. So that's what this is talking about. That, of course, feeds the water into the area. Walking on the nature trail loop here. Saw the video. The video was cool. It talked about all the different animals and the year-round weather, how it changes a lot here during the year. So they were talking about another trail that is a mile and a half that goes to the palm grove, and so I might go walk over there and check that out as well. Well, we are at the back of the park, and like the sign says, the trail starts here, and so we're going to be taking a 3-mile trail up this canyon, and they have a little guide here that you can look at along the way. And I brought some extra water with me. I don't think I'll need it, but you never know. And we're going to look out for all the dangers and see if we can find any wildlife, and most of all, just have fun on the trail. So here we go to see what's on Palm Canyon Trail. 3 miles, 1.5 out and back. Here are some beaver tail and cholula cacti, which the guide here says these beaver tail and cholula you don't want to touch, because then you'll have spines in you forever. And that's the last thing I need to do, is getting a bunch of spines stuck in me all day long. So I'm just going to stay on the trail, which is always the safest way to go. Here, checking out the Ocatilla bush, and I haven't really gotten any distance, really. Maybe a quarter of a mile since I parked at the parking lot. So far it's pretty gentle. Just walking around a lot of different rocks here and reading the signs that are marked on my trail. For example, that's number 3, and 3 says, "Be ready for a flash flood." Okay, not worried about a flash flood. It's pretty much clear sky, but you never know, they come in fast. You can see these cool stairs that were built by the Peace Corps, the Conservation Corps, back in the 30s. And these flash floods that come in through the desert here, they're pretty crazy. They come in super fast. They can come in within minutes, last for about an hour, totally flood this place out. You can see how deep these canyon walls are. And then an hour, they're completely gone again. So you do have to watch out. If there was any hint of clouds out here, I would not be out here. But as it is, I think I'm pretty safe today. Now, if you look at this rock, you'd say this is just a rock. But if you look closer at this rock, you can see this rock was used as a metate. Metates are grinding stones used for crushing nuts and stuff. And that's a cool rock over there. It's spotted. And so this area was used a lot by Native Americans. And so it's just kind of cool to see evidence of them. If I'm lucky enough, maybe I'll even see some petroglyphs out here. I don't know if this route goes that way. They try to keep people away normally from petroglyphs. But it's still cool to look at this stuff out here. They are very, very faint. But if you look really hard, you can still see reminders of petroglyphs. I don't know if they're going to show up here in the video, but I can definitely see them in this light here. Very cool. Here, there's another metate rock. You can see the indentures on the rock there. Looks like there's at least 3 there. Kind of cool. According to the guide, these rocks, as we get closer up into the canyon, are actually formed by the harvester ants. Those rock and the tarantulas that live up here. So obviously you don't want to put your hands in any crevices here because you might be disturbing a tarantula. Even a harvester ant will bite you a hair and you don't want that. But it makes for a really cool landscape. The line here says I should be looking out for a Borrego sheep, which I kind of find that name funny because Borrego sheep, the word Borrego just means sheep. So when you're saying Borrego sheep, you're really just saying sheep. But the walls up the hills here are really tall. If they're in there, there's no way I'm going to see them. They're going to see me long before I see them. The sign also says, well, the guide also says that they're not afraid of humans, just dogs. But my guess is they're probably all resting right now. This is not the time for sheep. This is an obsidian rock, and you can see like it's lava because some parts where it's sheared off, it's shiny. This is what they have down in Mexico as well. Beautiful obsidian rock here. I didn't think I'd see one, but he gave himself away. Definitely a sheep in there. He's walking. I'm gonna see if I can get it on the viewfinder here. Oh, there he is. Beautiful. He's king of the mountain. Here's the other one. I think that's the female. She's hiding in the bushes. I'm gonna let them go now. It's a bunch of bighorn sheep. Borrego sheep. These are bighorn sheep. Very interesting. Canyon now, because I'm so into the canyon, the walls overshadow the sun. It's still nice and sunny out. It's only like 2:40 right now, but the canyon walls make everything darker, quicker. Kind of interesting. The palm trees back there. A lot of the area is closed because there was a wildfire a while back, but I can still see the palm trees from here. Close to the oasis is wet, and so are the rocks. So That lets you know that you're close. So when the ground gets wet again, because it's been dry the whole time. It's very cool here. And the rock formations are cool too, but it's just cooler weather in this canyon here. So we're almost there now. Very carefully. You can hear it. That is the sound of water. Water is everything in these environments. People think the desert is a barren wasteland, but the truth is, it's not. It's very much alive, and there's plenty of water to show for it. This is why they call it the Palm Canyon Trailhead. I'm not allowed to go into the oasis over there on the other side because of the forest fires that were there, but it's amazing. You can see really well everything, the trees, even though 3 years ago everything was destroyed. It's amazing that it's still going now. So that is just pretty cool. What's amazing about the desert is, like I said, everybody thinks the desert's dead, but it's very much alive. If you turn the camera, you see nothing but barren rocks. Turn this way and there's a river and palm trees. Each one of those palm trees takes about 200 gallons of water every month to grow those. So you know a lot of water is coming out of here. And it's year round, so that's amazing. Well, this was a very fun hike. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this trip to Anza Borrego Park. It was an easy hike, just a 1.5 miles in, 1.5 miles out, and very easy to do in a day. And thank you for watching. If you got this far, please like and subscribe to the video. That helps my channel, and we'll see you in the next one. Say for the record, it's a lot easier walking out of the canyon than it is to walk in the canyon. So far it's very nice to walk out, but I'm also glad I'm leaving because I don't want it to get dark out here either. It can get dark fast too.